Definitely a type of person you don't want to work for.
Oh, really?
Find you can't get bogged down on just like one particular item that may go over. For how much work I was putting in, I wasn't getting much back. Probably at 4.5.
And what would you have been at before this?
Probably like 600.
Yeah, really? Wow, that's a huge...
They just take everything on board and just get it done.
That's awesome.
We provide very detailed quotes for our customers and architects, in between 30 to 70 page quotes.
That's great.
Everything runs through this software. 5 years ago to now, it's like a completely different company to work for, to run.
Really?
Knowing your numbers as well is a massive one for me.
Have you always been like that? Have you always been numbers focused?
There's always a way to make it back. You just got to utilise your contacts and think about different ways to do things.
Okay, so we're good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So today I've got Beau from Beaumade Builds. He's a custom home builder in Melbourne. So welcome, Beau.
Thank you.
So first of all, I just wanted to ask, what your business is, what you do.
I run Beaumade Builds, domestic registered builder. We do custom home renovations, extensions, high-end work with architects and clients based in Melbourne.
How did you get started? Like, take us back to when you actually first got into the business, how you started your business.
Well, yeah, it probably goes back to when I'm 18.
Yep,
I think
sweet.
I started carpentry apprenticeship. So I worked with an architectural builder in Melbourne throughout my apprenticeship.
Okay.
Then I guess worked with them for probably 3 years after. Started site managing, doing more of the leadership role at that company, and then just decided to go out on my own as subcontractor.
Okay, yeah.
So started running a carpentry crew, 2 or 3 guys. Still worked for that builder, and then decided to go for my license. I think I was 27. Did, probably 9 months of study for that, and then moved on to get my license, and that probably commenced 5 years ago. So I've had Beaumade Builds as a registered builder for 5 years now.
And what made you, did you always want to start your own business, or was that something that just sort of happened? Was that the plan?
No, when I was younger, no way. I wanted to run my business, just wanted to be, a loyal, reliable employee that worked within the business, that was, in a leadership role like project manager, site manager. That what I was striving for in my apprenticeship, for sure. So, wanted to be that person that was in charge of multiple projects and, be under a builder. But yeah, I don't know what changed. Just one day I was just like, once I became a subcontractor, the drive and the passion for it really started to grow. The drive to keep continuing to get better and grow, and where can I take this from here?
Yeah.
Building a team around me to support me, and also me support them is probably one of the major factors that we've grown and kept growing for the 5 years I've had my license.
Just to sort of talk about your team. So, what's your team structure? How many's in the team? What are sort of the roles that everyone plays? And
so I've got about 13 on the team, including me. Got a project manager, admin team, and then just our operations team, which is qualified carpenters, apprentices. So we've got probably a mixture of half and half. So
half apprentices, half.
So we try and keep the numbers pretty even, so the boys can learn and gain experience through the qualifieds instead of just having one qualified do 4 apprentices. It's more of to help and even help the guys that are more senior to have someone to lean on as well on site, because our projects aren't that straightforward. They're full of details, and there's a bit to take on from the plans that you need to read. So it's good to have that on-site support for everyone.
Yeah. And what's your role within the business? What are you mainly doing these days? And what would you like to be sort of doing in the business as the business sort of goes on and grows?
At the moment, quoting, client relationships, still some of the admin work. As you do as a builder, you've got to develop that relationship with your client. Make sure, all items are tied off. And then also I still provide on-site support to my team.
Okay, you go onto site a couple of times a week,
or
once a week,
100%, I find that when I'm present on site, it's a lot better for the boys, a lot better for culture. I'm not just away doing other things outside the business. The boys know what I'm doing. When I'm at the office, they come to the factory in the morning to pick stuff up, and I'm already there. I'm the last one to leave, so they all know what's going on. There's a culture where I'm in the back end doing what I need to do to keep us going, and they're doing the front end work to get us complete on our jobs to a high standard. I guess, yeah. So I'm still supplying support on there, but for the future, I'd love to be able to just work on client relationships, estimating, improving the business,
Yeah.
and building my team to a point where they don't need me anymore.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm starting to get to at the moment. There's a few of the boys on the team now that, need 1-2 phone calls a day. Don't need me as much around. They can do things and work on them by themselves.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just me moving out of the way. Like, I'm used to coming from the tools, doing all the work. It's a
being
massive
hands-on.
transition to let things go and not jump in, and refrain yourself.
Do you struggle with that? Like, is that
Oh,
hard to kind of step back and just?
I did, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I used to massively, but over the years I've learned to just, take a step back. Don't say anything you don't want. You will regret straight away.
Okay.
So I've still got my first ever apprentice working for us. Still, he's probably like his 7th year working for us. So he's done his whole work life with me.
Yeah.
He worked with me. Yeah, so he's, I guess, seen what it used to be like. Like, I used to be a pretty, OCD boss with carpentry work and, making sure it's perfect and rada. But now just like taking that stress away, letting them go for it themselves and just letting go.
Yeah.
Because it realistically, it always works out in the end. So as long as they're learning and pushing their career forward, but if you're getting in the way of that, it kind of creates some sort of tension there. Like, the boys, I try not to jump in as much. Just if they need me, I'll provide the support. But we do have structures around, when to call us, what time to call us. You got questions.
Okay.
In our diary, so that we have free time to focus on that, instead of just calling me and I've got something else going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got structure in our daily diary that I've got. Todd, my project manager, we have phone calls at 10 o'clock and they're all separated by like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we have phone calls at 2 o'clock where, 2 might go to me still because we've got, 4 or 5 jobs going on that go. Todd can't run them all. So some of them will go to me, some of them will go to Todd still. And we just have that time in the diary. We're going to expect a phone call from these guys. And we do. And the boys are pretty regimented with that because I've nailed that down over many years.
Yeah. Is there a lot of structures and systems that you've sort of set up in the business to help with these sort of things as you build and grow?
Yeah. So what I just discussed was like I call it a 10 and 2 check-in. So they, from 7 o'clock, they'll work till 10, then have lunch about 11. So one of the leaders will call us at about 10 and just discuss what's going on, how we're going, what's happening, who's there, who hasn't come. So obviously, being a builder, we rely on a lot of outsourced trades. We schedule them in, doesn't mean they're going to come. So we utilise our guys on site to give us information. We need to obviously sort that out if they're not there. Give them a ring, be our eyes on site.
That's great.
So they'll call us at 10, give us a rundown, what hasn't worked, what's happened, what did we do wrong. So we can solve that problem straight away and get back on track, instead of just dwelling on a problem all day. And then they check in at 2, so they discuss what's coming up, what are we doing tomorrow, do we need anything, so we can just be ready. And if the boys need to go on the way home to Bunnings or leave early, go to Bunnings or 1 to 10 or anywhere to pick some stuff up to keep us going, they will. Or in the morning, they'll pick it up on the way. We just find that communication with the boys in those periods, we can pick up those minute little things that we need, as well as helping them and support them in their need when they're on site.
Yeah. Is this something that you implemented, or is this something your project manager suggested, or the team, or you?
No, it's something I implemented from being my business coach that we've been with for 4 years now. Says that's a good directs us to use that. We do site diaries at the end of every day on our management app. So the boys put up a site diary, what they've done, photos, just documenting who was there, what they did, even outsourced trades.
Yeah.
Just allows me and Todd, so we'll go back, we'll be at the factory every Arvo. We'll go through all them because they've got to submit them before 4:30. And then we'll make changes to who's going where if we need to, depending on the progress of that job.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of processes that I've got and systems. So yeah, they're just a couple of the ones that we use.
Yeah. Are these you mentioned you've got a business coach. Is that something like did you sort of reach a certain point in the business and you sort of thought, oh, I want to grow, I want to do things a bit differently? Like how did that sort of come about as far as your ongoing, training, development, that sort of thing?
So probably 4 years ago I started this course. Like things weren't moving as fast as I wanted them to, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't have the desire to be on the tools forever.
Yeah.
So I think I'd done my time on the tools. Like I would get like frustrated because being on the tools, I don't know why, but I just think I'd worked so hard in the early stages of my career, did long hours on the tools, just kind of got over it. And I think,
different phase.
yeah, like I just kind of
Yeah.
was like, I've got to stop doing this. The business doesn't want to run as well when I'm on the tools.
Mm-hmm.
Who's organising materials? Me at like 10 o'clock at night. So there's, it's not an ideal time to be ordering materials. So I guess, we weren't winning quotes. We just nothing was going according to what I would assume was right. And
what you wanted.
Yeah, what I wanted and how I felt. So, and for how much work I was putting in, I wasn't getting much back. So, then I just reached out. I think they reached out to me, or a bit of both. And then we've kind of just learnt and implemented their process from there, and developed good relationships with the other trades that are in that course. Really good friends with one of the guys from that course that is now my electrician. That we've developed a working relationship over the past 4 years now, and it's awesome. We run similar businesses, so organised, and it just makes things a lot more smoother. And learned heaps from it.
How has that sort of changed your business? Is it revenue wise as well, as far as team revenue?
Yeah, massive changes in revenue.
Yeah. Like what sort of, if you feel comfortable, like what sort of revenue level are you at the moment, like per year?
Probably at 4.5.
About 4.5. Okay. Yeah. And what would you have been at before the training, do you reckon?
Oh, probably like 600.
Yeah, really. Wow, that's a huge.
Yeah.
A lot of business owners, sometimes don't want to ask for help, or they want to just do it on their own and they're frustrated. But I think I've got a mentor as well. I think that it's important as a business owner to have someone there for support and accountability as well too.
Yeah,
I think that's important.
I just feel, even if it's just someone that's in the same game as well.
Totally.
So you can speak about the highs and the lows, because there's plenty of highs, but there's a lot more lows. So you need someone to be able to bounce off. As I said before, I've become pretty good mates with one of the guys that is in that business course, and we bounce. He's got a much larger business than me.
Okay, yeah.
But we bounce ideas, run similar type setups. He's probably got 20 guys on the team, and his revenue is probably around 7. So he's got a bit going on, but we're kind of dealing with the same problems with on-site issues and things not doing. The team not doing things as well as we'd want. But that's just, we're just still learning as well.
Yeah, I think that's always the challenge of having a team is, stepping back and letting your team do it.
You just got to feel comfortable and trust your team, and they've just got to trust you. And there's always going to be something. So it's never going to be perfect. We strive to get it to 95%. Because if you strive for 80, it ends up at 60. So that's a long way to get back to 100. So, we really push our boys to, get it right on. And then look, if you fail to execute from that 95%, you're back down at 85, 90. So we're not too far from the end goal. So we just really push that quality standard, because if you don't, as I said before, you strive for 85, but you only execute to 60. It's a big gap, and it's going to be a big problem to fix.
Let's just sort of jump to, because obviously I work in marketing, and digital marketing. So let's talk about how you market your business, how you get leads, how you get work. So what your sort of strategy is and what you're doing. Like, how do you get most of your business?
Most of our business is through architects or word of mouth, I guess.
Okay.
We also, really push our social media to present ourselves the way we work and show the clients and prospective architects and everyone how we operate. Show our value and why you should go with us. We're a pretty detailed orientated company, so we provide very detailed quotes for our customers and architects. So, we're talking in between 30 to 70 page quotes that have everything in there that
that's
can,
great.
yes, that
It beats a 1 page
yeah,
zero
it does,
quote.
but it also comes with its, sometimes it's confronting to people to see that much information as well. So we only do that to, present to our client, to let them know that we've looked over the documents and that we've actually got physical proof that we've included everything.
Yes.
And I guess, that gets us over the line most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, our social media is just, really based on showing what we're doing and why we do it. Getting my team involved in speaking about what they're doing, explaining why we're doing it this way and why it's different. And the quality standards that we will deliver are, high.
Yeah.
And we won't leave, any detail unturned. We'll always be looking at the documents and making sure we're confirming things with the architect and etc. But we do a lot of architect reach out, so organising meetings, trying to develop a relationship with people. That's the main thing with us. Like, we don't want to do a once off with anyone. We want to develop a relationship. Like, we might do one to start off and then we get the opportunity to do multiple after. So we're just trying to get our foot in the door with architects, create strategic alliances with them, I guess, so that we can just keep rolling on from that job or that opportunity we have with them, and we can showcase what we can do, and then they don't want to go with anyone else.
With that, so is that part of because you've got quite a good social media following, obviously you invest in content, is that sort of part of your strategy to attract the architects? Is that they will then obviously have a look at you on socials and pretty much see everything that you do and everything that you're about?
Yeah, I guess. I think socials, if you're not running a social media page these days, you're going to get left behind. And if you're not doing it well, you're going to get left behind. I think it's worth every dollar you spend on it to get it up to a standard where it competes with some of the biggest building companies in Melbourne. It showcases who you are, showcases the company you run, and you can pick up a lot from social media on how people operate and run their business. We've changed it up over the past probably 12 months where it's not so much, site updates on what the boys are doing and working. It's more, these are my team members, these are them speaking on the video, explaining what's going on. It's not always just me.
Yeah.
They are, my team are representing the company as well. So they need to be seen, they need to be heard. That's the people, the guys, the team that are going to be working on the client's jobs. They're the ones that are going to be physically building it. So I'm not going to be. So I might say, I'm the builder, but these guys are the ones completing the actual work.
Their day to day.
Yeah, they need to be seen. They need to be, clients need to see them. They need to feel that they, like if say a client, saw our Instagram 12 months ago and then we're quoting a job and then going to the build, it makes them feel more comfortable. They see like someone that they've seen on social media on their job, speaking confidently about what we're doing and why we're doing it, and feeling comfortable to get on camera. Like, not many, team members would feel comfortable getting on camera for their company.
Did you sort of chat to them and say, you guys, are you comfortable? And like, how have they sort of reacted to that? Were they happy
No, I
to
didn't
jump
really give them a chance to. I just said, I can't make it today. You're gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
And look, to be honest, hats off to my team because they just take everything on board and just get it done.
That's awesome.
They don't, don't whinge. If my boss said that to me when I was an apprentice, there's no way. Like,
yeah, really.
No, and I just, they're just, every time I ask them to do something, they'll do it. Like, a few of them are very quiet, but they'll still get in front of camera and speak, and they sometimes speak better than me. So
yeah. So I'll attach a link to the bottom of this podcast so people can check out your socials because it's really good. And I came across your socials. I think it was maybe a year or so ago through some of your behind the scenes videos, which I think is a really good touch, and I think more clients should be doing behind the scenes because it really shows you as a person, like rather than just the content that you were saying, just walking through the site, people actually want to get to know the business, you're your brand, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of back end work that like has to happen for the socials, and it's not
Yeah.
always perfect. So
Yeah.
I think it's good to kind of bring that in because it kind of relates to the build process. Like it's not, it's not a glamorous process. It's the
Yeah.
building industry. It's a very difficult industry to do well, and it's a very difficult industry to get right because we rely on a lot of outsourced trades, and it's out of
Out
our hands
out of your
when
control,
like we don't
yeah.
like plastering, painting, electrical. Like we don't. I don't know how to do that. None of my team know how to do that. All we know is carpentry and building. But having to rely on so many people to get the job done right, you need to have a good team and a good subcontractor base you've worked with before.
Yeah.
And we always use the same contractors most likely every job because
Yeah.
we know we've dealt with them before. We know what we're going to get, and we work well together, and they come on time.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah,
We did talk a little bit off camera about the tech side of things. So the systems that you guys use.
we use a job management system and estimating system called Build.
For people who maybe don't know exactly what that is.
It's like it's like an application, I'd say, like a computer software that
Yep.
you can run your projects through this software. So you can do your schedule, you can do your quotations, you can do your variations, you can do your progress claims. Everything runs through this software, connects to Xero, so all your invoices head off to Xero.
Yeah.
Correlates with each other. So everything's entwined in this one software. So my team can do their timesheets. We can do schedules. We can do instant chat, site diaries, make checklists. So we've got, I don't know, I think 25 checklists that are on each job for the guys to go through it. Site establishment, site setup, excavation, concrete. Just just a basic checklist that we need to go through to ensure everything's right. Because once it's past that stage, it's harder to fix if something is wrong.
Yeah.
So we have a team meeting every week, and I'll discuss that and why it's important for us to do that, because it develops them too, because they might look at the checklist and there might be a question like, oh, I didn't think about checking that. Next time I'll check that. Or, oh, wow, is that important now? Why is that important now? And they'll ask me the question, why are we checking this now? And I'll explain, this is why we're doing it. And then they're developing their career as well. But I guess Build's just one system that I can run everything through instead of having multiple apps. I've got an instant chat with the boys. So if they've got an issue out on site, they can just text it in there. It's like just on your phone, pops up like a normal text message, but it's on Build. So they know it's work related. So they'll look at it. Can see the plans from there. They're all uploaded there. They just zoom in, can mark them up, send them back to me if they've got an issue. Just consolidating everything that goes into a building project and have it on the file on there it's just a massive win for me, and being able to create like those checklists, not having them as a PDF file that needs to be emailed through.
Yeah.
And then they fill it out and they email it back. It's just a simple checklist, tick, 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 done. And it's logged on there automatically. It's all about simplifying everything. So the team does it, so it gets done, it gets recorded, and it's just easy.
Because I know with tech, I find some trades business owners are a little bit hesitant about tech. Maybe they were being trained in writing stuff down in a notepad and that sort of thing. So would you say having some sort of system, like an app or whatever it is, changes and makes things, more efficient and makes you able to grow and run your business?
Well, you need to, if you're still doing like notebooks and physical diaries, I feel that you'll be run over by other companies that are using it, because all my all my leading hand carpenters have an iPad.
Do they? Okay.
They can mark up the plans, they can write timber lists, they can draw flashings, they can do everything and send it off just from the iPad. They'll have their own emails, Beaumade emails. They can do whatever they want, sending off to Reece, sending off to Mitre 10. So them having all the tech allows me to not have to deal with that. If they need timber, they don't have to call me and go, you need to order some timber, which is just like a mundane task for me to do now, because it's like they are more than capable of ordering it.
They can do it.
CC me in the email. I'll quickly look over it, make sure it's correct, and then it's done. It's already done, but I'll chime in if I need to. So, and it's just allowing the team to do that. Like, that's growth. That's helping them, life skills, everything. Like being able to send an email, being able to work out material quantities, trusting them to work it out. If they made a mistake, or we can send it back, or we can get it changed over. It's not a big deal, but at least they're having a go, and I'm allowing them to have a go. And that's, another main reason why, I do what I do, is to watch the team grow. And from where we were, 5 years ago to now, it's like a completely different company to work for, to run.
Really?
Just completely different.
What's the plan for the next 5 years? Like, where would you see the business sitting then?
Be consistent. Major thing for me is to be consistent with my company. Like, if we stay consistent revenue-wise for the next 5 years, I'll be happy.
Okay, yeah.
Consistently doing the revenue we do, consistently doing a good job, consistently getting good feedback. Like, what more could you want? But look, I would like to get to there's a certain revenue figure that I would like to get to, but that obviously comes with different issues and different problems to solve.
Bigger team, different structure.
Yeah, so I think this year was a big, I guess, milestone for us to get through and get all our jobs done, and to get the feedback we have from our clients. It's a massive step forward. Look, we're still only 5 years old, so we've been able to achieve a lot in 5 years.
Yeah, to be at 4.5 mil
so
in, that is great.
I'm just going to take it as it comes. Like, we're probably going to be starting to do bigger projects and more value-wise projects. So
still residential.
Yeah, residential. So we'll probably be looking at doing, like, I guess the overall revenue might expand, but the overall projects per year might lessen, because we're doing larger value projects. Yeah. So that's the goal. We'd love to be, upwards of 7 mil, but that all, as I said before, comes with its different issues and bigger team and, probably more items to solve. So I guess big enough just not to lose control. That's consistent growth, not to lose control. That's my major, especially being a builder, especially having all the onus is on me. Everyone comes after me. Everyone wants to speak to me. That there's a big responsibility there.
Oh, definitely.
And you need to make sure you're doing it right. Otherwise, it will bite you in the ass later.
Yeah, I think consistent growth is the way to go, because then you can sort of make adjustments as you go to processes, systems, team training, all of that sort of thing.
Yeah, and like we got our, we know knowing your numbers as well is a massive one for me as well.
Have you always been like that? Have you always been numbers focused, or?
Not necessarily. I guess when I started the business course, that's when I opened my eyes up to what figures to actually look for.
Are you talking about like margins and stuff like that, or like more just how much you're actually bringing in?
Yeah, just more like just tracking your GP and making sure that each job's tracked individually. So we can track it. That's another part of Wonder Build, is you can track your jobs. So you put all your receipts and all your hours in there, spits out the figure at the end for you, how much you got left. If you're looking like you're going to be going in the red, you can pick it up early, and then you can make adjustments to suit. So it's all, there's so many different ways and levers to pull to, keep your job on track, to, keep your team happy, keep everyone involved, pushing forward. It's just, if you know your numbers and and you feel comfortable and you're not stressing about stuff that's not real as well, because I know plenty of guys that are stressing about things that in their business, like, not make enough money, but they wouldn't know how much they're making. And it's like, when you actually sit down and work it out, or you have a system that works it out for you, there's nothing to worry about. Like, it's all good, and you're tracking your numbers. You haven't gone over on all the items. You're fine.
Have you had some moments of stress and pressure, like as a business owner? Have you had times where it's been, pretty full on, sleepless nights or anything like that? Or?
I wouldn't say sleepless nights, but there's definitely been, like this year, there's been some tight times just with progress payments with the bank.
Okay, yeah.
Waiting on them to pay. Just the money not flowing through as quickly as you want. Especially when we've got to submit an invoice to the client, then they've got to submit it to the bank, and the bank's got to come out and inspect, approve it, and then we get paid. So there's you might say invoices due in 7 days.
How long does that process,
But it could
actually go for?
Like could take in between 14 and 30 days. You just don't know. It's just all up to the bank. And you the bank's bankrolling the job. They want all your information at the start. They want to know where we're at, our contract, this and that. They want to suit their guidelines, but they give us a guideline of your progress of payment will be fulfilled within 10 working days. But it's just the quicker we get paid, the quicker nothing can go wrong.
Yes.
But the bank, they want all this info at the start, but if you guys don't pay us on time or have an effort too, that's when things start going wrong.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the art of the game. You just got to make sure you've got enough. You've got to run cash flows. We run cash flows. We make sure that we're going to have enough money in the bank to fulfill our work, which is always what people worry about, and fulfill wages.
Yeah.
So I guess we just run an Excel spreadsheet, cash flow. So we put all our ins and all our outs, run it job by job, and we can see where we're at, what we're going to have in 12 months.
That's great.
And if we win this job, what do we need to do to be able to do that job? So do we need to hire more people? Do we need to, what does it look like if we win this job and I hire 3 more people? We can run that in the cash flow and see where it works out to be at the end.
Yeah.
And then I can make a valid decision on that. If I need to buy another vehicle, if I need to buy another excavator, if I need to buy some sort of machinery or truck or something, I can put that in the cash flow. Just open up, plug it in every month, how much it's roughly going to cost, and just see how it works out over the next 12 months.
That's great to be organised like that. I would say a lot of people, especially under the revenue that you're doing, wouldn't really have those sort of systems. In some cases, they might or might not have a bookkeeper.
Yeah.
And, they're just winging it.
Yeah, that's where you start. Like I started there for sure. And then you start asking questions and you start getting interested in what's going on, and
you have to.
like, numbers like, employment ratio to revenue, liquidity and stuff like that become, you start moving ahead and going, oh, what does that mean? Let's investigate that and let's have a look and see where we're at. And
I think that's important.
It just makes you feel comfortable. Yeah.
I think it's important to have that sort of mindset and be sort of always learning, trying to find out more as a business owner.
Yeah, as long as you track your numbers and you track them efficiently and constantly, you'll be able to get the valid information for you to make decisions.
Yeah.
And if you're always stressed out, worrying about, the boys are taking too long on this job or we're going over on this job, it just doesn't help the situation.
Really, yeah.
And if you just have the correct information in front of you, it just makes life a lot easier.
Yeah.
And just, knowing when, if we are going to go over, pick it up early, and then you can, I can issue a comment to the boys saying, hey, we need to get this done in 2 more days. How are we going to do this?
Yep.
What do we need on site? Who do we need on site? And how are we going to achieve this goal? Like, even if we don't get there, but at least strive to get there.
At least you tried and you had notice.
Yeah, I'll try and just pull it back to as minimal going over as possible. That's my goal. Like, nothing ever's, we've always got something going over on a job. It's just the way it is. And the more you get used with that and comfortable with that, like being uncomfortable about it, like there's plenty of times we've had, had cladding go over recently, we've had this go over, but it's just feeling comfortable, and sometimes it's going to happen. And you just, the way you deal with that and get it done, even though you are over, that defines you as a business owner, I feel.
Just to finish up, most memorable job. So it could either be good, bad, maybe something funny happened, something interesting.
That's a tough one, actually.
Yeah.
I do enjoy them all. I find that it's very fulfilling to do what we do.
Yeah.
Our clients are, generally always happy with what we deliver. I'd say we've had a few that are hard to work for.
Yeah.
Those jobs would be memorable. But like, you got to do them to learn on, I guess, to find the red flags or not, who not to work for.
Yeah, true.
Because there's definitely a type of person you don't want to work for.
What type of person would you say that is? Just
someone that's just thinks they know better than you, and they're not in the industry.
Yeah.
They want you to be there all the time. They criticize everything you do. Type of narcissistic person, I would say. That they want to be in control. when it's not their position to be in control.
Yeah.
Um,
And they don't know what they're doing.
no,
Like they're not
and
even.
like we're not finished the job yet. Can you just let us finish? And then if you've got a problem, then we'll arrange to fix it. But
Yeah.
look, we probably had one of them probably a year ago where it was just probably one of the worst experiences I've had.
Oh, really?
But we got through it. We still made money, and we still have a relationship with that client now, and it's semi decent.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I'd work for them again. So I
Yeah.
guess that's probably to say that to answer your question with that one's probably not the right answer. I'd say probably the most memorable job would probably be our Fitzroy job this year, or Sandringham. So Sandringham was a massive project. Probably
Okay.
like a $1.8 million project.
Okay. Oh.
Double brick, working with existing, pretty much gut the whole thing and redo. There's a lot of
Wow.
challenges in that job, like existing floors being 40 millimeter level, having to level them to lay floor. Just a few surprises that we
Yeah.
got along the way. We worked with a really good architect on that one, and really good clients, and they were awesome. Really good relationship with them both. These two projects, Fitzroy was really good with not the ordinary job. So restoring existing, so a nice job in Fitzroy, single front, tight access, like
Really?
pokey.
Yeah.
Just the clients and designer had a different brief to everyone. Like it wasn't keep it heritage at the front and modern at the back. It was like heritage the whole way through. Like stick to
Oh.
the houses, past, and different type of tiles, different type of appliances. Like everything was pretty, like it was just well designed and well thought of with to keep it intact with the existing. So like
Yeah.
Venetian plaster, stone shower base,
Yeah. Wow.
shower curtains.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like
Okay.
different
stuff.
recycled timber floor, like it's come out from somewhere else and we've like relayed it. Just very nice and end up very nice. Like just something different. It was really good to do. So
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time out to come and
yeah,
have
no,
a
it was
chat.
awesome.
That
It was
was,
good.
yeah, that was great. Thanks,
Well,
Beau.
thanks for having me.